Les rêves des amoureux sont comme le bon vin. Ils parlent de la joie ou bien du chagrin.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairiah binti Khiruddin. My matrix number is 263799. So today we're gonna discuss the topic of the case study in the millionaire entrepreneur of the distilling kitchen. So before we going further in explain the topic of the issue on the problem, so the first thing is we're gonna know who is the main character in this topic. The main character in this topic is Rabiha, who want to open the business in the online platform. So let's get started to know what's the problem and what the issue that occurred in this case. So the first thing we're gonna discuss is the issue of the case. So as you can see in this slide, where the first thing of the issue is Rabiha used own capital to run or to start the business. As you know that Rabiha used 100 ringgit to proceed the business in baking and other thing that she do. The second is where she do not have the proper training, where this will give disadvantage to her as she have to collect the information from the other platform or books. And the third one is where she lack of labor because she done all the work by herself, so it will give disadvantage to her because she have to do all the work that running by her. So for the fourth issue that faced by her is where she has limited of resources, where all the resources have to get by order in the online platform and ship by delivery. So when in this current pandemic, Rabiha have short in their resources as they can't deliver the resources on time to her, just as like chocolate, the cheese that to use in the baking. And after that, the fifth of the problem or the issue is where she do not have a proper recording of the transaction, where all the transaction that been occur in this business does not be recorded by her in the current situations. And after that, the last issue that we have identified is where she does not maintain the inventory, as that will make difficult to her because she had to be identify what kind of stock that need to be restocked in the business. So as we discuss all the issues that happen or occur in this case study, so we have to identify what kind of business plan that we can do to help Rabiha in running their business. So before we go further in discuss about the business plan, so to do the business plan, we have identified the business problem using the SWOT analysis, where we can identify the strengths, the opportunities and the weakness, and the lastly is the threats of the business. So it's easy for us to make the business plan for Rabiha. So this is the business plan that we set up for the success of the strategic planning for the framework based on the SWOT analysis. So let's go to the next slide. So to visualize the company weakness point with or using the SWOT analysis, we can differ by three parts. For the first part is where is the financial, the second is marketing, and the third one is the operation. So from the three base part, we can identify what kind the business plan that we can do from Rabiha. So for the first part of the business plan that we can help in Rabiha business is where from the perspective of the government. Okay, so the government give the financial assistance towards all the SME business, where they have to. The first one is the targeted loan repayment assistance, TRA, and the second one is perma special prihatin grant is where this kind two payment will help the in running the business. So for the first financial assistance that give by the government is where TRA that will delay the loan payment for the SME as currently the COVID-19 has faced all of us in the world. So this will help or manage the SME to sustain the business in the future and in current period. So after that, the Permai Special Priority Grant (GKP) is where they give one of payment, where the first one is registered under the state and other the state. So this will help all the business to running in the current and the future. After that, in the financial, it's easy for them to track the money as they have the good record of the transaction. If the Rabiha have a good record of transaction in the expenses, revenue and the other transaction, so it's easy for Rabiha to identify what kind of the problem or what needs to their business in running efficiently. Okay, for the second part of the business plan that that we can identify is marketing. So for the first one is marketing have to be positioned your product or the service with the 4 P's. What mean by 4 P's? Okay, so the 4 P's is mean by the product, price and promotion with the place that how we gonna open or operate the business. The product is Rabiha have to develop the brand, the features and the packaging that attractive, unique and also good packaging that can easily people will recognize them in the market. And also the price. What kind of the price? What gonna Rabiha put the price? Is it affordable for people to purchase the product? As Rabiha can give a discount and also when people buy the product, she can give the bundling deals where and also in the credit term, because in this case that Rabiha only give the credit terms towards the trust customer, but the credit terms if Rabiha have good platform for people to purchase the product, so it is very easy for people to buy in the credit term as they will pre-order the product and then they will be pay the product if the customer receive the product. And after that for the promotion, so Rabiha have to be creative in order to create the business in the ads, the PR, they have the public relation with the customer, the social image and sales agent, and they have using the video to make the TikTok about the business, so people will recognize the business easily in the market. So after that, the last one is the place where Rabiha have to create a good platform in the online and also website to run the business. So for the other part of marketing is where the social media play the main role, where Rabiha have to follow the marketing trends that will be creative, effective and relevant content online so that people will easily recognize the business, so the people or the customer will attract to know what kind of this business doing. So for the last part of business plan is where the operation, what kind of operation that need to be identified to run so that the business plan or Rabiha can do for the business. So the first part is customer service, is where Rabiha engage with the customer, to know what kind of the problem that occur in the business, or is there any unfavorable flavor or thing that the customer do not like about the products. After that, the working hours. Rabiha have to set up what the working hours or how long that gonna be work for Rabiha so that Rabiha have a good time management to operate the business. The third one is where Rabiha have to hire the employee so that Rabiha do not have to do all the work that need to be done in the business. And the fourth one is Rabiha have to supervise the activity where when the product need to be stocked, when the customer need the product, how fast the product is gonna progress. So all of this Rabiha have to be alert with their business. And the last one is Rabiha have to manage the stock carefully so that Rabiha do not have the waste product, and also Rabiha have a good time management in need of the supply to produce the product. So in conclusion, that we can identify in the business is where from the financial, marketing and operation is that Rabiha have to carefully set up the business to make sure that the business will running efficiently and effectively in the future and in the current pandemic situations. So that's all from me. Thank you.